Identifying the risk arising from the usage. How to identify the IT risk? In identifying the risk arising from the use of IT, auditor should consider the nature of identifying the application. An application risks arising from the use of IT may also be defined identified related to cybersecurity. The more likely when there is a more risk arising from the IT, then the volume of complexity of automation application is higher. The management is placing higher reliance on the controls for effective processing and transaction, effective maintenance of the integrity of underlying information. Risk arising from the use of IT. Unauthorized access, unauthorized changes, gaining access privilege, failure to update, inappropriate manual intervention, data loss, and data corruption. Risk of computer downtime, system integration, mass are integrated to one more systems and systematic compatibility. So unauthorized access. Data that may result of destruction of data, inappropriate changes to data, including recording of unauthorized, non-existing transactions, is inaccurate recording of transaction. Particular risk may be arise on multiple user access and control database. The possibility of IT the possibility of IT personnel gaining access to privilege beyond the privilege performing the assessing the duties, therefore breaking down the segregation of duty, unauthorized changes on data and master transfer. Unauthorized changes. The possibility of IT environment gaining access the possibility of IT gaining access to privilege beyond the necessary performing assessing duties, thereby breaking down the segregation of duty, unauthorized changes on data and master file. So unauthorized changes in IT applicability and aspect of IT environment. Failure to make appropriate IT applications and other aspect of the environment. Appropriate manual intervention, data loss and data corruption. The major risk of arising from the use of IT is inappropriate security control and the protocols are not followed and may lead to loss in sensitive data. Hackers might encrypt your systems and illegal break into systems. The risk of fraud is arising use of information. There is a rise of physical security breach and thefts in sensitive information. There is a risk of secure system down. It's passing the hardware failure, the fault of configuration. There is a fault of configuration, cyber security is and power lockage. It means IT systems, it may be operation would be unavailable official when the hammer disks. Okay, offline which have more business. Since companies uses more than one IT system support their business systems integration means integrating one or more systems, the system compatibility comes in place. However, system integration and compatibility have some risk. It means system failure is one system also led to widespread of failure in integrated systems. Or if the integration between two systems is not appropriate, the end result would be incorrect. System compatibility means sharing compatibility hardware, software, operating system while performing integration. The compatibility risk arising on a different version of the same software or use in patches and upgrades, it may lead to bugs. With advancement of using of IT, the risk of regulators compliances and increases. Any changes of law order, guidelines, or agreement impact the business related costs, investment like the FMGC sector, with respect to a different regulatory requirements of financial companies. However, but the business it will need to manage a respective compliance risk. Performance is arising on the way of request and processing IT sector. The heavy data load, network using of impact of application performance and its responsiveness. To overcome the performance issue of IT system, the resources or hardware can be added to existing nodes. There is no scaling. However, scaling can be expensive. Therefore, its informed decision should be made in change of additional hardware changes in the architecture. Knowing how the IT dependency and impact of fraud, why it is important to identify the identity.